What is up, everybody? What's poppin'? It's been a minute. How y'all feeling out there? We got a little bit to talk about. Thank the Lord, Hurricane Idalia went right past us. I just wanted to talk to y'all because we still got a week. We still got a week and a day before the actual season starts. We still got a week and a day before the season starts. But I wanted to talk to y'all. Insider. Oh, you hilarious. The yard's still getting swept. I guarantee you they're still getting swept. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. But I wanted to talk to y'all real quick. Because we still got a week. But I wanted to go over some of these 53-man rosters. Get some chiming in how y'all feel about some of y'all rosters. I'm gonna give y'all some grades on some of these rosters. We're gonna talk about this trade land situation. I might come back on tomorrow night too, but we definitely doing Wednesday at 8. So lock us in. The episodes are gonna be Wednesday at 8. We're gonna go over all 22 when the actual season starts. I got film breakdowns. I got access to the all 22. I got sources now. That's why I'm him Duncan. If you're wondering what him stands for he is me. I am him Duncan. If you're on Facebook, you already know who I am, obviously. But this is for the YouTube world and Twitter and things like that. Him Duncan in the building. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna jump right into it. Let's start off with our infamous or famous countdown, brought to you by the Crooks and Villains. Gotta love them, right?
God, the beneficent, the merciful, we serve, it is He alone that we beseech for aid. Guide us along the right path and shield us from the weaknesses in the world today.
Yeah, I remember that.
Our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, and our brothers, and all our family, and everyone that believes in us and believes in themselves, that they can make it in this world.
Y'all know nothing about this.
87, 88, y'all. Wearing jams, Air Jordans, playing kickball. Looking up the drug dealers like superstars. When they drive through, point and say that's my car. No hanging out at night and before the street lights. Showing off at block parties, starting fights, stepping on.
Yeah, I ain't ready for that. I ain't gonna do that to y'all yet. I ain't ready for none of that. All right. As always, make sure y'all share the live. Please do. Get some people up in this John. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel, Bear Image Media. Look us up. We out here. All right, we're gonna start with the AFC East. I'll make sure I share my screen. Oh, there it is. Hold up. Come on, bro. Don't be acting stupid. Nobody got time for all of this. Why aren't you presenting? Oh, that'd be nice if you hit the present button. Wouldn't be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't be nice, would it? Oh, there it is. All right, so first one, AFC North, we're starting with the Ravens. See what the Ravens talking about on their depth chart. Offense, you got Odell Beckham Jr. He looked all right in practice, but we talking about practice. Like we talking practice here. I would like to see Odell healthy. Maybe he will because he's in the offense that's running first, so he may not be asked to do a lot. But I still like him one-on-one against some average DBs. But he's going to lose a step. But he's still pretty solid out there. Zay Flowers is going to be the real deal. Once again, I don't know what this offense is going to look like. I do not know what this offense is going to look like. But the fact that they got Odell starting over Zay Flowers just tell you exactly how Odell is looking out there. John Harbaugh don't play with his evaluation on players. Rashad Bateman's back healthy. First time in a long time. Rashad Bateman was a solid receiver. He just had a problem staying healthy. He's young. He's a speedy receiver as well. So I like him getting open one-on-ones. It depends on the system they're running. I believe they're going to have some 3 wide receiver sets out of what they're doing. Don't quote me on that. I don't know what they're doing with the running back position, though. I don't like what they do at the running back position. I mean, Gus Edwards is serviceable. Um, Patrick is a good fullback, but like these are just like C-list running backs. So it's once again, I don't know what they're going to be doing. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with that. So the quarterbacks they got behind there is just Tyler Huntley. So it is what it is. Again, it's Lamar or bust because we saw what Tyler Huntley could do. We saw who he is. Their defense is always going to be solid. I like that pickup of Rocket saying he didn't do well with the Colts, but I like what he's going to do with the Ravens. The Ravens always have a solid defense. Obviously, they added Roquan Smith with Patrick Queen. Like that's a good linebacker duo. I believe the Ravens did get better. Their only problem was Lamar staying healthy and having a better offense. So you might want to watch out for. You might want to watch out for those Ravens. I'm saying you might want to watch out for those Ravens. Who else we got? Let's go with. Why is that showing that? That's the wrong one. You showing the wrong screen, brother. Or are you just that far behind? This lag is crazy. This lag is crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna add a different. That lag is crazy. Stop that screen. Add a different one. That was so far behind. I couldn't rock with that. All right, so there we go. Yeah, that lag's crazy. All right, just want to make sure that was all right. All right, so that's the Ravens. I like what they did. I'm rocking with what they did. Back to teams. Oh, that's why, because I'm presenting that one. Duh, my fault. I had to get back to. Let me stop presenting that one. That's why. That's not the screen I want to share. It's this one. Oh, there it is. Now, Buffalo roster. We're going down to the depth chart because I ain't got time to be going through all that. I like to see it real time. So when you subscribe to all the goodies, you can see stuff like this, the all 22, all the transactions, things of that nature. So let's look at their injury report because I believe Von Miller. Oh, that's going off the week one. Let's go to the transaction. All right, Von Miller. Yeah, they placed him on the reserve pup. So I have to double check what that is. I think that's at least. Why is it doing that? I hate it that it's doing that. It keeps creating another screen. I have to keep creating another screen. I keep messing up my ish, cuz. All right. Yeah. Anyway, so Von Miller is on the pup. So I think that's at least 8 games. So that's gonna. They needed him last year. That's a big move right there. Matt Barkley. I mean, it's Matt Barkley, and I'm not really concerned about Matt Barkley. Um, I'm not saying anything crazy besides what they did in the draft. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really. Yeah, I'm not sure what they did to get better. Um, so there's James Cook, yeah. Damian Harris, Latavius Murray is 97 years old. They got Kyle Allen behind Josh Allen. Eh. Trent Sherfield is solid. I like Trent Sherfield. He's solid, but and then they're injured on defense. Ed Oliver has been disappointing. Von Miller is obviously hurt, so AJ Espinosa's nah. I think the Buffalo Bills have regressed. I don't think they've gotten better. I think they've regressed. And now with the Jets coming in, they really need to be careful what they're doing with that. Yeah, be real careful with that. So we're going to the next team. Sorry, I got to do it this way, but for some reason it's not. It keeps presenting another screen and it won't follow it. This is what we're going to do. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to do that way. No, that's not what we're doing because let's see if it does it for me. Okay, yeah, still go to teams. All right, cool. So we did Baltimore. I mean, even though Baltimore is not the AFC East, we gotta go. Let's go to Miami. Let's go to Miami. Go to the roster. So I'll see what they're doing. Every time I hit depth chart, it's going to a different screen instead of popping up on this one. And I don't like that. So what I'm going to have to do is let it pop up, and then I'm going to share it. That's how we're going to do it. Or did it pop up better that time? Yes, it. No, it didn't. No, it did not. Miami depth chart. We ain't gonna go through all these teams. I just want to go over significant teams that I think did some things. The AFC East is one of them. Is a good one to go over. Miami, they on paper they did some things on they got a little better, but Xavier Howard has been cheese toast the last few last few seasons. He's been getting worse. Hasn't been getting better. Same as Jalen Ramsey is. They remind me of I want to pick on the Eagles teams, but I always do a little bit. The Eagles teams when they called it the Dream Team, when they picked up Vince Young and all those other aging players, that's what this is giving. This isn't anything that I think is really going to scare anyone. Their offense is going to be nice, but I still don't believe in Tua without behind this offensive line. That was a reason why they tried to trade for some people after the deadline. I mean, after last preseason game was over, because their offensive line is meat, and Tua is one concussion away from being a vegetable. Like I don't even know why they're allowing this guy to play football. Everybody's seen what happened with him last year, so that's just crazy to me. To be honest with you. See if it lets me get back to the. See if it lets me get back to the NFL page from here. NFL clubs. Oh, yes, sir. All right. We ain't going to do the Patriots, but let's look at the Jets. Let's look at the Jets. Nice. Subscribe to y'all bums. Imagine that. Did that stay up there? He's still showing the Miami Dolphins. This sounds stupid. All right. So I guess I got to do that again this way. So stupid. I know it's got to be a better way, and I'm going to figure it out. Maybe that's why. Yes. Screen 2. That's what I was trying to do. I'm tripping. There it is. Teams. All right, so we're going to do the Jets. Tomorrow we'll also do some win-losses. I want to go over win-losses as well, but I just want to check out these rosters real quick, just to get back talking to y'all again. That's all. This is just to get back talking to you. Go over some of these rosters, discuss some of these things, see what y'all have to say, what y'all feel about this. All right, let's check out their depth chart. Aaron Rodgers loves his receivers. Allen Lazard. I don't know if y'all saw that throw that he did in preseason that looked Aaron Rodgers-esque. He looked like he wants to come back. He looked like he wants to be the old Aaron Rodgers with that throw because he loves anticipatory. He's one of the best throwers of the football, in my opinion. Him, Dan Marino, Joe Montana, some of the best throwers of the football ever. Just great throwers. Aaron Rodgers' mechanics actually, from my football team, I send some of his film to my quarterbacks for my football team of Aaron Rodgers. Just the way he transfers his weight, gets it off of his back foot and really can just throw it from all different angles. He is a really good prototype as far as the quarterback position is throwing. Now there's other intangibles that he always mess up with, but as far as like quarterbacking, he has some of the best throws. So the Jets really all they needed was a real quarterback, to be honest with you, because their defense was solid. Sauce Gardner is like the best thing since like Richard Sherman right about now. Like Sauce is amazing, and then you can't teach 6'3", so he has the length and 200 pounds, so he's not skinny. You know what I mean? So he is a solid individual. Look, 51 tackles, so he's gonna tackle. He's gonna play every game, right? Only had 2 interceptions. Don't go for those numbers. Look at this. 19 yards, 9.5 yards. As long as he gave up was 16 yards. The longest he gave up was 16 yards all year as a rookie. So that means he's only going to get better. I knew he was going to be amazing. Like that's Deion Sanders right there. Like that's just crazy. And he's not afraid to tackle. He got 46 solo tackles. He is not afraid to tackle at all. I love Sauce Gardner. Like that man is amazing. And then they have DJ Reed, who was on the Seattle, but was on the 49ers first. So 49ers tried to stash him on the practice squad, which they try to do again this time. And not him, but another person. Then somebody scooped him up. DJ Reed ended up becoming a beast. DJ Reed is nice. Let's look at some of his numbers, right? He was with 49ers first couple years. He was coming off the bench, but then he got hurt in the 2009 season where he was showing promise, as you can see. He was showing promise, but then he went over here, and look at this. Look how many touchdowns he's given up. 0. Look at his long. 27. Look at that. That's what I'm saying. So there, sleep on the Jets if you want to this year. They are my sleeper in the AFC. I still think we're gonna give out that pick too. I think I'm gonna come back tomorrow and give you all my Super Bowl pick and my who I think is gonna win each division. Right now, we're just looking at these rosters together, and I like what the Jets did in the offseason. I really did. All right, so now that I know I figured out this John. All right, so now we're going to go to, let's go to the NFC version and go over to the NFC East. Over to the NFC East. Let's start with the Trowel Boys. The Trowel Boys. So this is bittersweet for me because I'm rooting for Trey Lance. I still think Trey Lance is good. We're going to break down some film of what he did well and the reason why the Cowboys was like, yes. Jerry Jones said he was on the phone with whoever he made the deal with, John Lynch. I forget who. I'm assuming it's John Lynch. He said he was on the phone with him until he made the deal. He was just going to give the best offer. That's it. He said, I'm giving the best offer. I want Trey Lance. He saw the potential. He saw what everybody else saw. Like, I don't know how you give up on any quarterback after 4 starts. If you gave up on Aaron Rodgers after 4 starts, he would have been trash. You would have gave up on any quarterback except for like Peyton Manning. Not even Peyton Manning. His first season was trash. I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes, like Russell Wilson and Ben Roethlisberger, probably the only 3 quarterbacks after 4 starts that look like anything. Quarterbacks are trash. What people have the tendency to do is call it recency bias. Like, you just see it recently, so you just like, oh, this person's a bum. Oh, he's gonna be a bum. You can't call somebody a bum after like like I do it with Trevor Lawrence because I'm just trolling and I'm having fun. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is as good as people say he is, though, because he's no longer a rookie now. That's the difference. Trey Lance has 4 starts. Trevor Lawrence started from day 1. And some of the things that Trevor Lawrence, I say, call him a bum for are things that he's not going to be able to fix because that's just who he is. Trey Lance's issue is reps because Trey Lance shows you in his progressions and each half of football, every time he's played, he's got better in every half, every second half of the game, excluding the Bears game where there was a torrential downpour. As the more Trey Lance plays, the better he's been getting. So I like Trey Lance, especially if Dakota keeps being injured or keeps playing like trash. That Dallas fan base is going to start clamoring for Trey Lance, and Trey Lance is a better version of Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is not good. Like I don't know how much longer we gonna like. Dak Prescott is not good. If y'all want to say anybody's not good, it's Dak Prescott. That man folds under pressure and he cannot read defenses. He just I don't know what he sees half the time. It looked like he's not. I don't think he communicates well with his wide receivers, so he doesn't have some of the intangibles. Like Dak Prescott is a good thrower of the football, but he doesn't have a lot of. I don't think his teammates respect him, and he doesn't have a good rapport with his receivers because it's like it seemed like they're just not on the same page. Like his receivers are like so that shows me that he's lacking leadership in his locker room, and when a team views you, anybody that's played football before, once a team view you as something, they're going to start tuning you out a little bit, right? So let's see what they and the 49ers better watch out because I believe the Cowboys did do some things, including adding Trey Lance. So it's unofficial because unless they can't put Trey Lance on the practice squad. So I don't know. This isn't updated. So, but yeah, I still don't like what they got worse at the running back position. Yeah, they're going to give Tony Pollard more carries, etc. But I don't know who Rico Dowdy is. Like I don't even know this. But who are you, blood? You've been with the Cowboys. Where was you 2021 on the practice squad? Yeah, I don't even know who he is. Now, I'm not expecting to know everybody in every single scenario, but Lord, who are you? But Tony Pollard ain't going to be able to take all that brunt of maybe Ronald Jones and Deuce Vaughn. Hunter is a fullback who actually played with Trey Lance. Let that sink in. Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup is solid. He's just a number 2. CeeDee Lamb, I don't know. It's still glorified number 2 to me. I don't think CeeDee Lamb's that great, to be honest with you. He's good, but he's not that great. I love Micah. I think the Cowboys did get better. I think they did get better. I'm not a hater. I think they did get better. I don't know if they supplanted the Eagles or not, but they did get better. So the 49ers better watch out. They might be supplanting the 49ers, though. Because I think the 49ers got worse. We'll talk about that. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, the Cowboys. I'm not doing the Giants. They're trash. Let's look at the Eagles. All right, so obviously their offensive line is going to be amazing. I think they added something. I love Tyler Steen. Oh, my Lord. This is crazy because I wanted the 49ers to grab him. Look at that. 6'6", 321. You can't teach 6'6", 321. You can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. Tyler Steen is going to be a steal, and the Eagles have showed you they know how to identify a line. And Tyler Steen he's from Alabama, so you know he's going to be coached well. That's a steal. The Eagles drafted very well, I believe. I think they really might have separated themselves, and I might like them to come out the NFC again. Potentially. So, yeah, okay, Quez. Only thing about DeAndre Swift can be, if DeAndre Swift is what people thought he was supposed to be coming out of Georgia, Swift would be a beast because he did turn it on a little bit at the end of the year. What was that? What was that the year before that? Yeah, because he's still averaging. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Because he's averaging 5.5 a carry. So he's doing some things well, but behind that offensive line, with him hitting those holes, good night. DeAndre Swift might be solid in that system. He might be solid in that system. Defense, Brandon Graham, of course, Fletcher Cox, of course, Jordan Davis, and then you got Jalen Carter. They said, I've been hearing so much craziness coming out of camp about this dude going up against that number one offensive line, wreaking havoc on them boys. Oh, when they put all three of these guys right here on that line and run that jumbo pack, Lord have mercy. I better watch out. Hassan Reddick is still Hassan Reddick. Added Nolan Smith, Contavious Street. I like him. He was an old 49er. He's a solid piece. Pause. Only thing about the Eagles is always that back half. Always the back half. Darius Slay is going to be solid, but he's acceptable. James Bradbury's hit or miss. Keely Ringo might be solid though. That was a good pickup. So they just was like, we just gonna get the Georgia defense. So they are the Philadelphia Bulldogs right about now. I do like that Ringo pick. They don't have a punter. They need some milk over here. Like, I don't know what they thinking. Like, I mean, I guess you can sign any punter. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to practice. I guess you're just gonna have a trial for a punter. They got a week, but they're not bad. They're not bad. They did some things well. The Commanders. Let's see what the Commanders are doing. So they believe in Sam Howell, I guess. I guess. Let's see. Hold up. We don't rock it to the wheel for all. All right, so unofficial depth chart. Let's see what they got later. Gator. When he's healthy, he's solid. He just gets open. Like he doesn't get any respect. He just stays open. Like I like him. So, and now they have Eric Bieniemy calling plays. So Sam Howell might thrive in his type of offense. A lot of quick hitters, a lot of screens, a lot of misdirection and things like that. Because Sam Howell does get the ball out quickly, but we'll see. They have to be able to establish this run game though, because after Sam Howell, you got Jacoby Brissett and Jake Fromm. So is Sam Howell is still, in that Jimmy Garoppolo, whatever. He just needs not to turn the ball over. I mean, he is in his second year and he's a little bit smaller, but that jaw. I can't. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it to Sam Howell. I'm not gonna do it to you, bro. But come on. Woo! Them angles are sharp, bruh. Lord. All right. Sam Howell, he's hilarious. He does some stuff, but he's a little tiny. He's a manager. So we'll see how he does in the system. It's going to be a QB-friendly system. All right, we did the NFC East. Who we going to do now? We're going to do the AFC West. I'm not doing the Broncos. They're trash. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. I want to look at the Raiders. Once again, I'm not doing everybody. I just want to highlight some teams. Like we ain't got time to be going through 32 teams. Let's look at the Raiders. The only reason I want to talk about the Raiders because they got Jimmy Garoppolo. And Brian Hoyer. So Josh McDaniels basically is trying to create what he did in New England. That's why he wanted Jimmy G. And it looked pretty solid. So it looked pretty. Aiden was actually solid as well. I would actually put Aiden over Brian Hoyer, but once again, this is unofficial, so who knows? Hunter Renfrow is going to be your Danny Amendola, so on and so forth. They got Austin Hooper and what's his name? Oh no. I thought they had I forgot they got rid of which name. But I don't like they don't have anybody outside of, as you can see literally on that side, but they have nobody outside of Devontae Adams, and that's their problem. DeAndre Carter is a journeyman. He's not gonna do much. Jacoby Myers is a journeyman from the Patriots. He doesn't have any weapons. So Jimmy G is going to look like what he did in San Francisco, throwing to the same person. Hunter Renfrow may be open from time to time, but we'll see. Their defense was okay. I forget who their coordinator is. I have to refresh my memory. Who's their defensive coordinator? Mike Lombardi's offensive coordinator. Sorry to hear that. Patrick Graham. Oh, that's the guy from I believe from the Cardinals, right? Patrick Graham was that. I mean, their defense did get better under Patrick Graham. That's what it was, the Giants. All right, I knew it was somebody unorthodox. Patrick Graham, one of those newer names. But we'll see. I'm not. It's the Raiders. Chargers are the Chargers. All right, let's go to the NFC West. And this is who I really want to talk about. NFC West. Oh, man. Cardinals, bums. Rams, bums. Seahawks, I just want to talk about the Niners, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, and I don't care what y'all got to say about it. So let's look at, because they did do some things well, but they got worse at the quarterback position. Ronnie Bell is going to be a dog. He is a beast. The offensive line, I'm skeptical about these three: the center, Spencer Burford, and Colton McKivitz. And then Matt Pryor is, I don't know, Nick Zakelj. I don't know why they didn't keep Il Manning. George Kittle, I like Braden Willis. I don't know what they see in Warner and Dwelly. They only can block, so it's like they kind of like advertise what they're doing by who's on the field, because these dudes can't catch for nothing. So I guess they got, but Braden, I don't know. Christian McCaffrey is going to be a beast. Elijah Mitchell can't stay healthy. These two, I don't like the way Davis he runs. He only averaged like 2.9 a clip last year or something like that. Something abysmal. Like, he's built solid too, but he doesn't have a good vision. He kind of reminds me of like Trent Richardson. Like, he just doesn't have great vision. He needs an open hole. He's just a bruiser. Yeah, 2.9. Like, he is. Ugh. Jordan Mason, he just makes a lot of dumb mistakes. He looks like Marshawn Lynch when he's out there running, though. Solid, as you can see, 5'11", 223. Solid runner. He just makes a lot of dumb mistakes. And hits wrong holes and things like that. But you see 6 yards a clip. Like, he's a bruiser. He's a beast when he gets it together. Open holes, it's over. They always try to run him up the middle all the time. He's a closer, but Give him some of the same style of things you do for Christian McCaffrey. Jordan Mason will be a beast. I like him over Elijah Mitchell. Debo Samuel slimmed down. Um, Brock Purdy is mediocre. He's Jimmy G 2.0. Sam Darnold is a bum. I like what we did on the defensive front, though. Drake Jackson is going to be coming in his own. I love the Javon Hargrave inside with Armstead. That means that middle is going to be crazy. And Clelin Ferrell has come into his own. I knew he was going to be good out of Clemson. He just didn't do well in Oakland because he in the system that they had him in. But Chris Kasarik is a defensive end genius, and I love what he does with defensive ends. He already has Clelin Ferrell looking like a first-round player. No, we didn't talk about Trevor Lawrence yet. East Ireland head ass. That's it. That'll be on the AFC South. Fred Warner, best linebacker in the business. I don't care what y'all say. The CBs. Okay, the Amador is a dog. Travares can get beat by speedier wide receivers. Oliver is a bum. Gibson's nice. Jair is still young. Hafunga's hurt. We spent a third round on a kicker, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he's hurt. This one's hurt. So we're actually looking for kickers after we spent a third round pick on a kicker. This offense, I can't stand Kyle Shanahan. I can't stand John Lynch. I think they personally need to go. Whatever. People are like, oh, but they're winning. They're going to the Super Bowl. Who going to the Super Bowl? I don't care about going. We ain't win the Super Bowl since the 90s. Like, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Just like Andy Reid needed to go from Philadelphia and needed to go to Kansas City to get a fire lit up under him. Maybe Kyle needs to go somewhere else because he has too much power and he's too egotistical. He's a maniac. He's not the only good head coach in the league. There's reasons that's why he doesn't have a Super Bowl. How are you great when you don't have a Super Bowl? Like, let's talk about that. Like, that doesn't even make sense for somebody to be a genius if they don't have a Super Bowl. But I digress. All right, now we're going to go to – we did the NFC. Sorry. I got to find my cursor. There it is. There you are. We're going to do the AFC North. Who we got in the AFC North that I want to talk about? No one. Not really. I think Pittsburgh's going to be a little bit better. But I don't really want to talk about them, though. I think they're going to be better. I think they're going to be better than what they were. We already talked about the Ravens earlier because I accidentally put them in the whatever. NFC North. Y'all want to know? I'll give y'all one prediction on who I think is going to win the NFC North. The team that I pick is who I think is going to win the NFC North. Bam. These Bears. I like what they did. I don't like McGlinchey because I had him as a 49er, but he is mobile and he's good for the run game. So I think they are trying to establish more of a run game. So if they stick him with the run game a lot, I like that. But McGlinchey is butt cheeks in the pass game because he's so light. That's the one Michael Parsons threw all the way to New Mexico. And Michael Parsons is a linebacker. Like, he tossed this behind. Oh, this is as of 8/20. Okay, that's why. These things are still old. I'm not worried about that. But I like DJ Moore. Like, that's a legit number one receiver for Justin Fields. That's what every quarterback needs is, like, that wide receiver they can really rely on. Tevin Jenkins is solid. I don't know about Braxton Jones. Herbert, if the lanes are wide open, he's still a little light in the behind. Claypool, he had one good year, but I like Komet. He's solid. Darnell Wright, it's going to be solid. We'll see. Their defense is okay. I forgot they added Yannick. I just going to solidify that right or left side, whatever side he's going to be on. Linebackers is okay. CB's all right. I like their safeties though. Their safeties are ballers, especially Brisker. Their safeties are ballers. I think the Bears are going to win the NFC North, low key. And then I think the second place team might be the Lions. You land. Their depth chart is not much to be, whatever. Their depth chart is their depth chart. Um, Gibbs is going to be solid. It's not so much about their depth chart; it's about what they've been doing. They did add a better defense. I like Emmanuel Mosley. He's going to be starting. He's healthy now. C.J. Gardner their safeties were already solid. Hutchinson's getting better. He's still a little light in the butt, but he's getting better. I like them, and then they play with grit. Then they added Stephen Gilmore. I forgot about that. So I like what they're doing, and I like what they did. They're going to get better. They were on the brink of the playoffs. They didn't get in because of strength of schedule with Seattle. I think they're going to take Seattle's spot this year, though. I like the Lions to get into the playoffs. Green Bay is going to get their trash. Minnesota, they add Jordan Addison. That's it. That's pretty much it. AFC South. Now we'll talk about Trevor Lawrence's neck. We'll start with them. I think they're going to be who they're going to be. I don't think they did anything too spectacular. They just made the playoffs last year. Where the depth chart at? Well, you ain't even got no depth chart. You freaking bums. That's why I'm even talking about these bums. You bums. I'm not looking at that. That's why I hate this team. Look at his head. Get out of here. Nut-ass nigga. Titans got worse. I'm not even going to look at them. Colts, I'm not even going to worry about them. AR-15 is going to be nice. Richardson, I don't think they're going to do too much, but Richardson's going to be nice. I didn't even want to click on that. That was an accident. Texans, I like what D'Amico Ryans is going to do, but I mean, we're gonna need a season under their belt first. I do like C.J. Stroud. I think out of him and AR-15 is going to be the best quarterbacks out of that draft. C.J. Stroud's deep ball is crazy accurate. Crazy accurate. Where's that depth chart at? They got the practice squad. I guess every team gets to do it the way they want to do it. They got no depth chart though. No thanks. Yeah, Will Anderson. I like what they did in the draft. And the Titans didn't get any better. So that AFC South is actually wide open. AFC South is wide open. Jaguars are probably still going to win it, but it's wide open. Wide open. And last but not least, NFC South. The NFC South. Let's look at. Only thing they added was Baker Mayfield. He's a bum. The Saints added Derek Carr. Let's look at the Panthers because I want to look at the Falcons last. I don't think Bryce Young is going to be that good. He's too tiny. And he's too hesitant on some of his route concepts when he's going through his progressions. And he got Thielen, but Thielen's 97 years old. I do like that he has some runners, but they have to really go through the run game. Hayden Hurst is a solid tight end. They're really going to have to go to the run game to establish the pass for him because I hope they don't expect him to just sit back there like you couldn't with CJ Stroud or the rest of those QBs. He's going to have to rely on the run game and a lot of play action, a lot of movement in the pocket. And I'm going to show you why. Because he's 5'10". I am taller than Bryce Young. I am 6 foot. I weigh more, and I am taller than Bryce Young. I could be the quarterback in the NFL. If Bryce Young could be a quarterback in the NFL at 5'10", 204, that means I can be the quarterback in the NFL. I can throw the ball like 50 yards. I can't throw it 70. I can throw it 50, though. I got a nice 50 in me, and I'm accurate. Accent in my coaches. I got a nice spiral and all that type of stuff. I didn't really play quarterback back in the day. I played wide receiver, free safety, and CB. I was probably the nicest wide receiver y'all ain't never heard about. Nice. They don't play with me out here. Got me messed up. Y'all lucky I was a hooligan and a degenerate, where I could have did some stuff with it. But anyway, yeah, Bryce Young. But their defense, I like J.C. Horn. He's solid. Love Brian Burns. So they do have a nice young defense. Derek Brown, Von Bell. Their defense is solid. They just need to. Who's their coordinator this year? Because it's a new team. Frank Reich. Hopefully he's gonna. We'll see. Who's their defensive coordinator though? I don't even know who Tom Brown is. Okay. Is this the dude from the Cardinals? Who's he at? Oh, Broncos. One season as the coordinator for the Broncos. Yeah, and he was trash. Like 7th. They were 7th in total defense, 10th in rushing. Okay, it was serviceable, but he also had Patrick Surtain and Justin Simmons, though. They had, the Broncos got a good shell of a defense. We'll see. We will see. I highly doubt it, though. I don't like Frank Reich. I think Frank Reich is a trash coach, but if he put some pieces around him, maybe he did something right for himself. He did something right for himself. All right, Falcons. I like what the Falcons did. They're going to be a sleeper in the NFC South. They're going to be a real sleeper in the NFC South. The Dirty Bizards. Yeah, the Dirty Birds. Drake London is solid. What are they doing with this? They added what's your name in the draft, and they have Algier. Desmond Ritter's going to be solid if they play through the run game. But I like what they did on defense. They really have to update this. This is old. Oh, it's 2022. That's why. You bums. Hey, yo, what the? Let's see if they got something. Yeah, but you ain't updated yet. Somebody, this is a crazy thing. They pay somebody like $220,000 to run a website, and the stuff be out of date. Like the 53-man roster came out already. Like, why isn't your stuff already updated onto the thing that has a link for the depth chart? Like that's just bad design. But here we go. Desmond Ridder, Taylor Heineke way down there. That's his name. Bijan Robinson. He is a beast. If they go through him, they might be all right. Kyle Pitts is such a disappointment. Jonnu Smith may light a fire up under him, I like what they did on defense. Bud Dupree, there he is. Bud Dupree. AJ Terrell is solid. He's all right. Jeff Okuda should be better. Jesse Bates is okay. Trey Flowers is okay. So they're serviceable. Like I wasn't expecting them to be like top notch defense, but they're going to be better than what they were. And the NFC South, I believe, is pretty wide open. I believe the NFC South is pretty wide open. Pretty wide open. Trevor Lizards. East Island head ass. But yeah, that was the 53-man roster. Tomorrow we're going to go over who I think is going to win each division and who I think is going to be my Super Bowl pick. All right. So that's episode 1. Professional fans. You got your man, Timothy Duncan, out here. But yeah, make sure y'all drop comments. Let me know what y'all want to talk about, what y'all want to hear. I'm going to wait till next week for the fantasy stuff because I was thinking about it. If I do the fantasy now, some of these people might not be on the 53-man roster, and then the final injury reports and things of that nature. So we'll do fantasy next Wednesday because the game is the 7th, so it's next Thursday. So we'll do the fantasy for that next Wednesday, as it'll be right before. We'll also do the picks as well because the picks are going to be based off of who's starting. Because the 49ers don't start Nick Bosa or pay Nick Bosa or something like that. And then spreads are going to be, spreads are based off of injuries and things of that nature. So it's hard to give out a spread this early in the game. All right, I'm going to make y'all some money, though. I don't gamble, though, but, if y'all do, I'm going to give y'all some picks. Anybody, if you know, because I do some research. But anyway, professional fan sport talk. Let me know what y'all want to talk about down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're on YouTube. It's your boy, Him Duncan, signing out. We'll holla at y'all till tomorrow. If not, I'll see y'all next week. I might talk to y'all tomorrow. I like y'all a little bit. Yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? All right.